And the biggest one that I see is not eating enough fat. So a carnivore diet is really just a subset of a ketogenic diet when a person is using it correctly. Because a carnivore diet is really basically a zero carb diet. So when you're not bringing in any type of glucose for the body to use for fuel, you really want the body to have access to ketones so it can use that for fuel. Now the body can turn some protein into glucose through gluconeogenesis, and it's probably going to do that while you're using a carnivore diet. But you really want to make sure that you're getting enough fat so that your body can use fat for fuel. So we don't want to eat lean meats on a carnivore diet. You really want to eat more fatty cuts. You really don't want to have a chicken breast. You want to have chicken legs or chicken thighs, and just you want to have a ribeye instead of a fillet. You really want to go for the fattier versions of the meats that you're eating. Now, in my opinion, you can always use things like, egg yolks and some butter on that meat as well. Don't view it like, oh, I can only eat steak when I'm on carnivore. You can add other things that are going to increase that fat level to make it a little bit easier for you. And to go along with this topic, I really like to see people either use carnivore or not. I don't want to see somebody like, well, I'm going to do carnivore for breakfast, but I'm going to have a chicken pot pie for lunch. That's going to create a lot of trouble. That's going to cause weight gain because you're eating higher fats at some meal, but then telling the body, hey, you should use glucose instead. So if you're going to do carnivore, and if you're not, then don't. Now, it is okay to cycle carnivore. I cycle carnivore from time to time, and sometimes I'm not doing carnivore. So you can cycle it for days or weeks at a time. You just don't want to go back and forth and eating carnivore one way and carbs at another meal, and that's really going to create a lot of trouble. So the second problem is not including organ meats. There's a lot of people that are really against carnivore because they feel like, well, there's nutrients in plants that you really need. But the animals that you eat on carnivore are eating those plants, and when you access their organ meats, you can access a lot of those nutrients that you may not have been able to get from their muscle meat. So I really like to see people include organ meats like liver and heart and kidney. And you can even do things like liverwurst. And maybe you're thinking, well, why would I want liverwurst? I don't want something that's the worst of its category. I don't even think I would like liver best. But it's really not so bad. And there's also tricks that you can do. There's a company that I buy from that has ground beef that they sell that's a higher fat ground beef, higher than you can usually get in a grocery store. And they also have ground beef that includes organ meats like heart and liver and stuff like that. So if eating liver or something really makes you gag a little bit, you can get this ground beef that has it mixed in there already, and that kind of makes it's almost like training wheels. It makes it a little bit easier to eat some of these organ meats.